This is a new ceiling fan I got put in my bedroom, and this thing is really, really neat. It's got some really cool features about it that makes it super unique. It moves a ton of air. It's very quiet. It has a ton of different lighting features and ways to kind of use the light within your room that I really, really like. I think it's something you ought to check out, so stick around.
Okay, let's go.
Hi, I'm Chris with Gadgets and Gravel. So quick disclaimer, this was sent to me by Lumary. However, they will get no input on the video's contents or see it before you, so they're gonna see it right alongside you for the first time. So with that out of the way, like I said, this is the Lumary Ceiling Fan. They've got a few different options for it. This one I really, really like. I'll put the model name down the bottom. It's like CH1 or something like that. But anyways, I really like this light because it has a ton of different features to it, from the lighting options you get, the fan. It does come in a black. This is the white option. The installation has been super easy. I'm gonna cover that in just a minute. But I really like the flexibility and lighting that you can do with this. We're gonna go over it in the app. Let me just show you a couple things real quick that I like about this. Aside from having some just presets in it, so you can go through and change that. You can adjust the way the light is used within it, how it moves. It's all really, really neat. But you can turn off, and of course you've got just your white colors in here as well. Ooh, that is bright. But it does have a night light option too, so this is really neat. It's got a remote control. So I'm gonna go over, let me turn that brightness down a little bit more here. All right, so let's go over some of the features you can get with this thing. And I'm gonna go over the app, the installation process and all that, so make sure you stick around so you don't miss any of it. So for the installation process, it installs like you would expect. If you've installed a ceiling fan before, it's very similar in that installation process. There's 3 wires. It comes with a built-in anchor, which is really nice. So when you're hanging this up, you're gonna install your bracket that you're gonna mount this to, and then it's got a cable with a clip on it, so you can clip it and hang it. So that way it hangs from the bracket that is mounted to the ceiling rather than from the wires while you're trying to hang it up. So it's really nice. They give you all the hardware you need to get it installed. This was super easy to install. I took an old ceiling fan down, put this one up. I had to readjust a couple of wires because the old wiring in this house isn't necessarily color coded. So we did a little guesswork there, but once I got it set up, it's very easy to use and it's installed. And once it's in there, it's done. Now, it does come with a remote control to control it because you've got multiple functions. We've got this main outer ring here as well as inside. It does have an additional light up top, which is the night light, like that. So you can turn off the main light and just have a night light up top, which is really nice. You got your buttons to change the fan direction. So on old fans, you know, you'd have the little switch. You have to flip it whether you want it to blow air upward during the winter time to help circulate the heat, or downward during the summer. This is all handled on the remote control, or you can do it within the app as well. So you do have that option too. So we've got the fan in the middle. Turn that off here. So the fan is just clear. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blades on it, I believe. 6 blades. It's a little, like, I wouldn't expect it to move as much air as it does, but even on a 1, it moves some serious air. It's really impressive. I like that a lot. You can control all the lights directly from the remote. You got your color options in there. You can switch it back to colors and run it all from there. You got some presets in it as well. But you can also just go single light and you can cycle through those however you want to do it. You got your options there, so it's really cool. You got timers on here, so if you want to have it just turn off after a certain amount of time, you can do that. Then you can also switch it to just the bright lights and adjust the brightness as well as the color temperature to make it cooler or warmer. All that's right in the app. It's great. There is a button on here, so this looks like wind, so you can set that, and that basically mimics nature. So the fan will kind of speed up and slow down and kind of better represent like a breeze that you're going to be getting outside. So that's the main gist of the hardware of this thing. I love that the LED light strip inside of it, the diffuser that they're using around this light outside, does a great job of hiding individual beads, so it just looks like one even color. That is super, super impressive. I really appreciate that. So yeah, let's dive into the app. All right, so using the Lumary app is really easy. This thing connects over Wi-Fi, so you don't have Bluetooth, you don't have Matter connectivity with this, so keep that in mind. However, connecting this to the app is super easy. Once you get it connected and we're in there, you're able to manage whatever it is that you need to take care of with this app, and it is really, really helpful. So with it added in, so you're gonna be able to tap on it here, open up, and you're presented with the light options. So from that, you can go in and change everything you want. So right now you can kind of see at the bottom, you have the moon and stars. So this is the night light. When we switch over to the main light, oh, it goes super bright. So brightness goes all the way up too. So we're Goes all the way up to 4,000 lumens. We can go down to 2,500 Kelvin as far as the color temperature. So that means the lower the temperature, the more orange or warm it is. We can go up to 6,500, so that's gonna be a bluer, whiter light. So we have those adjustments there. So you can go all that. You got all your different presets in there. You can just quick tap, or you can drag and drop it to where you would like it in the app. We can switch it to color option, and that is going to turn off your main lights and switch them over to color. So in here, we got just individual colors. You can adjust your brightness, the color, hit your presets, whatever you want to do. One thing I think they've done a great job of matching colors and making it look accurate across the lighting in here. So it's really, really great there. And then we can go down to the paint palette, and this is where you get the kind of the fun scenes. They've got a ton of pre-built in here. So you got, just typical rainbows. You expect that to look, fireworks at sea. Some of these don't necessarily make a whole lot of sense to me in some of their color options and what they do with it. But regardless of that, they look really good. The colors are bright, they're vibrant, they do a good job. I'm not a big fan of this Northern Lights one, but it looks really nice. I love how the colors blend together very well. They give you plenty of options to play with in here, and of course you can go up there into the DIY and create your own, make them look however you want, adjust them, just really get in there and play with it and make it your own light. So it's really neat. So with that, you can go into it, and it does also react to music. So you can set that up, and it's going to use the microphone within the phone to help the light react to do whatever it's going to do with that part of things. Let's turn that off. That is a bit much for me right now. So you get your fan controls. Right now we're on 1. This thing can go up to 1,000 RPMs. So when I was saying before it can move some air, it moves some air. And it's really quiet because they're using a brushless motor in here. So it's super quiet, which is in a bedroom, wonderful. My old light in here creaked and rattled and had the chain banging against it. It was super annoying. So you got that in there, and then we come in here and it makes some adjustments. So you can set your timers, count down. The strip length isn't going to matter in here, neither is the light strip. This is more for if you have a general light strip from them, you're going to be able to adjust those things on there, so you don't have to worry about that. And that's it. The app is super easy to use. I think they did a good job setting it up. Creating your own lights are really easy to do as well. So let's jump into some of the things I think could be improved with this, or whether I think this is something you ought to consider for your house. So wrapping this up, I don't have a whole lot of complaints with this. My only things I don't like about it is compatible with Amazon Alexa and Google Home and everything. So with that being a part of the functionality, it's really great. So you can control it by voice, turn it off, turn the fan off. And when you add it, I have it mainly controlled through Amazon's system because Google Home has been not so great for me. So we've switched over to that recently. I'm looking forward to Gemini coming to Google Assistant, or replacing Google Assistant, but another video for another time. Controlling this, so if you tell it to turn off the light or turn off your ceiling fan light, it generally turns off everything. So I haven't quite figured out the combination of phrasing to get it to turn off only the light and leave the fan on. So that's something to keep in mind as well with the remote control. So if you just hit the power button on the remote, it's going to turn everything in the fan off. So you need to make sure you hit the light button to turn off just the light and to leave the fan on. So that's something you want to do. Keep that in mind. Still working on what combination of controls or vocal commands to use with the A system. I don't want to set off the speakers anymore. I already have. So something to keep in mind for that. Otherwise, it's been great. It moves air very well. The lighting is fun. It gives a nice glow to the room when I want just a warm glow. I like the color in here. Sometimes I'll leave it just on leave the night light on, because since it's in my bedroom, I walk in here and it's dark. Just leave a low power light on, so a little bit of glow. If I just need to grab something, I don't need to turn it off and on. It's a really great use for that. So keep this in mind. If you're looking for a ceiling fan to replace in your room, whether it's a bedroom, a room in your house, kid's room, something like that, check this out. It's a great option. Like I said, it comes in black and white. There's another style of light. Has a lot of the same functionalities. It doesn't have the night light and looks a little different as far as the style goes. But either way, it's been great. Lumary, I'll put a link down below for all of that. I've got more lights reviews coming up as other smart home devices, as well as some locks and robo vacuums, robot lawnmowers. So I got a ton of stuff on the way. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for sticking around.
Okay, let's go.